Morning everybody, Joanna here again. So today I'm going to make a really quick dress. It's summertime coming up in a lot of countries, and in Trinidad and Tobago there's rainy season, there's a dry season. We're into the rainy season, but the sun is always hot in Trinidad for most of the time. So I'm going to make a nice quick strapless dress. You could do this with basically any kind of light flowing fabric. So today I've got some chamois silk that was on sale, and I thought it would make me a really nice dress. So it's just 2 yards of fabric that I have here. So basically what I did was just cut my length, the length that I wanted. And what I'm gonna do is stitch, make one seam. So I'm gonna make this one seam here. Not able to see the right side from the wrong side. So now it could be hard to tell with some fabrics. But basically just do one seam. And then we're gonna encase elastic. And that's about it. It's really quick. I'm gonna use the excess fabric that I cut off for a band anyways. So we just stitch one seam, and that's the opening of the two sides together, the end of the fabric. So we're going to do one seam. Alright. When I'm finished doing this, it's really easy. I'll be back to do the casing for you. Okay, so I did my seam, and if you look carefully, I just did a zigzag stitch at the end so it will get like a serge. But with this type of fabric, it tends to bunch up right where your seam is. So what I did was I left the seam facing the inner side of the machine, and I'm just guiding my needle over that seam. Okay, you'll see this where the stitching is here. So you're going to take your fingers and run a top stitch over your seam. That way it's not going to bunch up anymore. It's just going to stay flat, and you'll get a better seam. Okay, so I'll finish this part later. So let's get to the part where I want you to see. I could always come back and finish this. So the other part now is to make casing for my elastic. So now you have this thing all the way around. Okay, it's 2 yards wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold down. I'm going to make a 1/2 inch fold. So notice I hardly measure, but you can measure. So I want like a 1 inch pocket. So I'm going to start from here. Okay. I'm going to keep my 1 inch pocket going right around. When I'm finished doing that 1 inch pocket, I'm going to make another stitch in the middle of the 1 inch pocket, and that should give me enough space to run my elastic. And we're almost done. So I'm going to do that, run another stitch in the middle of the 1 inch casing, and then it's just basically to thread this elastic. Your elastic is supposed to be a little smaller than your bust. So it's going to stretch, yes, but it's going to hold your dress tight. So as it is here, this is too slack, because if I put the dress on, the weight of the fabric is going to pull my dress off of me. So maybe I could take off like 4 inches from this, from the actual size of your bust, and you should be good to go. So when I come back, it's just to put in my casing. Okay, so as you can see, we have 2 stitches. This stitch here to make the casing, and this stitch here in the middle. So I left out a little a little notch, a little opening that you put your pin in, and basically you just stick your pin in there and you start running the elastic. Now this dress, you could do this with a lot of fabrics. You make cover-ups for your swimsuit. You can make it smaller. It doesn't have to be this long. You can make it shorter. You know, it's really quick, it's really easy. If you want, you could have made this into a skirt. You just cut it to the length that you want, and that's basically it. So when I get back, what I could do is just serge the end of this band, and that's it. When I come back, I'm going to be all glammed up. Hem the bottom of your dress, and we're good to go.